Hello, listeners. Welcome back to another episode of the Peculiar Stars Lifestyle Network. I remain your host, Emmanuel. Today, we are going to talk about an important topic that can really change the way we approach our relationships and interactions with others. We are going to talk about the idea of using things, not people. Please kindly let us know in the comments, what do you think about this idea of using things, not people? Do you have any personal experiences or insights to share? But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. You see, we are in a self-centered world and we can easily find ourselves relying on others and using people for our own gain. We reach out to our friends, we reach out to our families and colleagues, but it's usually only when we need something. And while it might seem like an efficient way to get our needs met, this situation can actually lead to some serious negative consequences. You see, when we only reach out to others when we need something, we are essentially reducing them to mere objects or tools that we can use to serve our own purposes. We are not valuing them as unique individuals with their own thoughts, their feelings, and their own needs. And this can lead to feelings of resentment, hurt, and even a sense of being used or taken advantage of on the part of the people we are supposed to care about. But there is a better way to approach our relationships and our interactions with others. It's all about using things, not people. If we are to ask, what does that mean exactly? It means understanding that people are not resources to be exploited or used for our own gain, but we should focus on building genuine, reciprocal relationships based on mutual support, trust, and respect. You see, one of the biggest problems with using people rather than things is the way it can wear away the sense of trust, the sense of respect and real connection in our relationships. I want you to think about it. How often have you reached out to a friend or family not because you truly care about them, but because you need something from them? Maybe it's emotional support during a tough time, or a favor like borrowing money. You see, while they may be happy to help in the moment, over time this situation can lead to feeling of anger, like frustrated feelings and even a sense of being used unfairly. I want you to kindly share with us in the comments. I'm sure we've all experienced this to some degree. Maybe you've had a friend who only ever seems to reach out when they need something, and you start to feel like you are just a convenience for them rather than a valued part of their life. Or maybe you've had a co-worker who is always trying to use your skills or connections for their own progress without ever really taking the time to get to know you as a person. And you see, it's not just in our personal relationships that this situation can play out. Sometimes people you have just met or known for a long time but lost connection with suddenly remember you when they need something. You see, they might ask to borrow money without considering whether you can afford it. Some don't even care about your well-being. They may use different tactics and use different formats like checking up on you for a few days before asking for assistance. But you see, you can often sense their ulterior motives from the start. You see, helping others is very, very good and wonderful. I know that a lot of people are ungrateful, but it's still good to help others. I know we've all been guilty of asking favors like reverence from your university lecturers without really checking up on them, which is somehow understandable in our environment where it's kind of difficult to have a good relationship with your lecturers. But you see, it's shocking when someone you barely know or talk to asks for money and tries to guilt trip you. You wonder if they don't have friends and families. Personally, my principle is to only lend what you can afford to give and consider it as a gift. If they ask for 2,000 and you can only spare 1,000, give it and forget about it. If they return it, fine. If not, don't worry. You see, we see it all the time on social media. Someone you barely know slide into your DMs complimenting your latest Instagram post, for example, and then quickly switching to asking for a favor. You see, it can be so frustrating because it feels like they don't actually care about you or your relationship and they just see you as a means to an end. There are manipulators also who can, exploit your generosity, not just financially but also in other ways. They might manipulate you into doing something that doesn't align with your goals or interests. And you see, this can happen in religious gatherings or other settings that you can think of. They will make you believe you are being selfless when in reality you are being taken advantage of. Manipulators can also, make you think you are doing community service when in fact you are only serving their interest. And you see, generosity and community service are good. I'm not saying they are not good, but they shouldn't come at the expense of your well-being or compromise your values. So you need to be very conscious of those who try to prey on your kindness. The thing is, when we use people in this way, we are not just doing a disservice to them, we are also hurting ourselves. When we reduce others to mere objects or resources, we miss out on the chance to build real, meaningful connections. And you see, we lose the chance to learn from their unique perspectives and experiences and to grow together as individuals. So, what's the alternative? How do we learn to use things, not people? It starts with a shift in mindset and recognizing that the people in our lives are not tools to be used unfairly, but rather unique individuals worthy of our time, attention, and real care. Please, I want you to share your thoughts with us in the comments. Have you ever thought about what it means to really be there for someone, like actually caring about their life and wanting to help without wanting anything in return? Personally, I feel like it's the little things like this that really matters. Checking up on your friends and families just to see how they are doing, helping others out without expecting favors in return, and you see, being fully present in conversations and caring about their interests, not just your own interest, valuing the time and effort others put in, and saying thank you for all they do. You see, it's about building reconnections and showing we truly care. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. I know, of course, it's not always easy to break out of the habit of using people. We are so conditioned to, see relationship as based on exchange rather than as opportunities for real two-way exchange. But the more we practice this mindset of using things, not people, the more we'll start to see the amazing benefits it can bring to our lives and our relationships. When we adopt this mindset, we start to see some really amazing benefits. We can build stronger, more meaningful connections with the people in our lives. We can foster a greater sense of community and belonging, and we can even grow as individuals, learning from the perspectives and experiences of the people we care about. I want you to remember, at the end of the day, people are not resources to be used and exploited. They are unique individuals, worthy of respect, worthy of care and understanding. So let's all try our best to create a culture of empathy and mutual support, where we value the people in our lives rather than just using them for our own gain. Please share with us your opinions, your thoughts and experiences, and let's all learn one or two things from you. And also, if you have any questions or you want to discuss this topic further, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time on Peculiar Stars Lifestyle Network, take good care of yourselves.